State Bank and Trust has been invested in Winfield and Marion County for more than a century, and today we remain deeply committed to meeting the needs of local families and businesses with excellent financial products and friendly down-home service.
But more than that, we're dedicated to supporting the growth, success, and well-being of our community as a whole. Because when it comes right down to it, there's nothing more important than community.
And just like our outstanding city officials, police, and fire departments, you can count on State Bank and Trust to help make Winfield and Marion County a great place to live for everyone who calls this area home.
Hello everyone, this is Chuck from Span Hardware in Winfield, Alabama. Good to be with you today, and I just want to let you know we've got some new things this year for the spring season. As you can see, Stihl now has the lawnmower. We're going to have a full line of the Stihl zero-turn mowers. We have a full line of the Stihl weed trimmer and chainsaws. Just about anything you need to maintain your home this spring and summer. From lawn and garden equipment to paint to hardware, anything you need. Come see us. We'll help you if we can. Thank you.
This is Eric Simmons from Furniture Depot. We have a store in Guin and Fayette. We've been serving the people of Northwest Alabama for 23 some odd years. We'd like to be your furniture store if you'd let us. And we'd like to thank you for your business this past year and invite you to come and shop with us this coming year and for the years to come. Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year.
Hello, Lee Hines here, owner-operator of Alexander's Heating and Air Conditioning. We've been family-owned and operated since 1954, proudly serving Marion, Fayette, and Lamar County. We are carrier factory authorized dealers, but service all makes and models. We specialize in residential and light commercial HVAC systems. So as we get ready to enter another hot Alabama summer, please remember Alexander's Heating and Air for all your HVAC needs.
Tom Bigby Electric Cooperative was formed for the need for electricity to the local citizens that were living in the rural areas of Marion, Lamar, and portions of Fayette counties. This line consisted of 12 miles and 22 consumers on the road from Guin to Sulligent. Between then and now, there has been a lot of hard work and dedication from a great number of people to make this cooperative what it is today. Tom Bigby Electric Corporation would like to thank each member. You can contact us today at 205-921-6712.
Your story starts at Bevel State Community College. Whether you are just starting out or starting over, Bevel State has an opportunity that is right for you. With 5 locations serving 7 counties. You don't have to go far to start your own success story. Plus, with tuition lower than 4-year colleges, you won't need to spend more for a great education. Visit us online at bscc.edu to learn about your options for seamless academic transfer and high-demand career tech and health science offerings. Let us help you tell your story.
Enjoy our amazing on-site restaurant and bar with a lunch buffet every Sunday. Relax with a quick getaway with your family and make a splash in our outdoor pool. Book your next event with us. Call us at 205-468-4625.
At Bowen Funeral Home, we understand the importance of a personal commitment to provide quality services and products with value to meet every family's need. You'll find very caring professionals that truly desire to offer dignified service and true value that families need and desire during the loss of their loved one. With our newly renovated facilities, services, and quality merchandise, you can rest assured that we stand ready to meet the needs of your family in honoring lives lived. Bowen Funeral Home is located at 981 Alabama Highway 253, just south of Winfield High School. Call Tommy Bowen, Certified Funeral Service Practitioner, at 205-487-4327.
Father, again, Lord, we thank you for another day of life. Lord, we thank you for all the many blessings you continue to bless us with. Lord, we thank you for each and every person here tonight. I pray that you be with them and watch over and guide and direct them in all they do. Lord, we pray for our city. We pray for our country. Lord, we just pray that you be with us tonight and Lord, attend to the city business. Lord, be your will. We ask forgiveness of our sins and where we fail you in so many ways. Christ's name we pray. Amen.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the Winfield City Council meeting, all 20 meeting. Got a pretty good schedule here. I'd like to ask for approval of the minutes for all the 6 meetings. If nobody's got a question about those minutes, it's been going to be recorded. Everybody's had a chance to do it. Larry made a motion to accept $15 payment. The next item on the agenda is the 6 and under Diamond Youth Softball Team. Youth 6 and under Winfield All-Stars. We've got a resolution to pass for the recognition of these teams. Six and under.
You may want to call in.
6 and under.
They're in the hot peak jersey. Okay.
You want me to check and see if there's any out there? Not yet. Coaches are 6 and under: Brady Whitman, Brady Hall, and Keenan Williams, and Eric Chapman. Before I read this resolution, the council passes in the coaches and say anything on behalf of our team, 6 and under softball team.
That's not. I love all y'all. Yep.
All right. Resolution number 1376. Whereas the 2024 6 and under softball team have distinguished themselves in the sport and have brought honor and recognition to the city of Winfield, and whereas the 2024 6 and under softball team under the direction of Coach Larry Whitman, Greg Hall, Kenny Williams, and Eric Chapman have won the 6 and under Diamond softball team at Winfield All-Stars. Whereas the members of the 6 and under softball team members are, I guess I'm going to have to pronounce the best way I can. Emily Bowles, Helen Chapman, Olivia Dodd, thanks. Finley Hall, Cameron Kirkpatrick, Kimber Norris, Chloe Rainey, Adam Robertson, Olivia Shirley, Kathleen Winberg, and Blakely Wood. Whereas 6 and under softball team accomplishments and contributions to the city of Winfield and to the residents of the city of Winfield have been recited herein, for which the city and its residents shall be eternally grateful. Therefore, there be it resolved by Mayor and Council, City of Winfield, that this resolution be adopted and presented to coaches and players of the Winfield 6 and under team, commending them for the 2024 6 and under Diamond Youth Softball team, 6 and under Winfield All-Stars for their leadership, accomplishments, contributions they have made to the city of Winfield through their success in attaining this topic. I need to ask the council if they will pass resolution number, motion second, pass resolution number 1376 to recognize this 6 and under softball team. You got a motion by Tim, second by Gina, all in favor?
turn that way. Turn that way.
Scoot back as far as you can without knocking into the table.
Come here, y'all scoot in and act like you like each other. Look, wait. Come on in here. Okay. Can we see everybody? Great smells, girl.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, here we go. 1, 2.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. How are you, Todd? This is my daughter, Kathleen.
Nice to meet you.
He's an attorney.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
What do you say? He's acting just so shy. This is my other one. Hi. This is Mr. Todd.
How are you doing, sweetheart?
He's one of Mommy's friends. I work with him. He's an attorney.
You got your pants out.
Yes, sir. We've been at gymnastics. Running all over the place. See y'all later.
He gonna read.
Describe where you can. Hey, when they come in, just tell me
Would y'all come on in and shut that door behind you?
Next item on the agenda is recognizing eight and under softball, ARPA softball state championship. Head coaches Stephen Hinton, Kyle Bolton, Chance Key. Anyone else want to speak about your team? Stephen, right, want to talk about anything that you want to say about it?
Sure, yeah. I'll give a little piece real quick. So this was our AU Park and Rec team. They had an awesome year this year. They lost one game by one run and then made it all the way through the ARPA to win the state championship too. And this is, I know at least 2 years, maybe even 3 or possibly four in a row, I think, for the AU team out of Winfield. So they did a great job this year and had a great season.
1375. Whereas the 2024 8-under softball team had distinguished themselves in the sport and have brought honor and recognition to the city of Winfield, and whereas the 2024 8-under softball team under the directions of coaches Stephen Hinton, Kyle Bolton, Chance Key, and Joe Webb have won the 8-under softball ARPA state championship, and whereas the members of the 8-under softball team, members of Kenley Bolton, Emerson Box, Hadley Cook, Leah Key, Berkeley Lucas, Aniston Brazier, Caroline Hinton, McKenna Logan, Leanna Stewart, Amber Nelson, Kenzie Wakefield, and Madeline Joe Webb. Whereas the 8-0 softball team accomplished contribution to the city of Winfield and to the residents of the city, citizens of Winfield have been recited herein, for which the city and its residents shall be eternal grateful. Now, therefore, that be it resolved by the mayor and the city council of Winfield that this resolution be adopted and presented to coaches and players of the 8-0 softball team, commending them with the 2024 8-0 softball ARPA state championship for their leadership and contributions that they have made to the city of Winfield through their success in obtaining this title. We need to ask a motion from the council in a second to approve this resolution 1375, recognizing this 8-0 softball team. Keith made a motion, James second, all in favor? Where's that flag at? Well, let me got one other thing here that I want to say. Hadley Cook, what Miss Hadley do?
She was recognized for an award for all of the AU teams that competed at the state championship. She was given the highest award for an individual player.
That's good. Give her. 1375.
All right. And we'll come back to the back row and then slide this way a little bit. Kinsey, you can come in.
We go 1, 2, 3. One, two, three.
Good job, girls.
Thank you, girls.
Good job, guys.
Gonna be in the drive.
Right, 12 you. Police boy, 12 you. Y'all come on in and shut the door behind you.
12 and under softball team under the direction of Shay Barnes, Chad Smith, and Ronnie McCluskey. Ronnie's got a little bit he wants to say about the team that the Clark coach.
Coach Ryder. What? Shay's the boss of this team.
Y'all got anything you want to say about your team? You and the coaches?
Just that I'm proud of them. We took 9 girls to the state tournament. It was really hot. You know, no one to sub out, so everybody played well and stuck it out.
Trophy on.
Yep.
Yes, went to another team. All right, got me resolution number 1374. The city of Winfield is going to recognize these girls for their accomplishment. Whereas the 2024 12 and under softball team has distinguished themselves in their sport and have brought honor and recognition to the city of Winfield, and whereas the 2024 12 and under softball team under the direction of coaches Shay Bond, Chad Smith, and Ronnie McCluskey have won the 12 and under softball ARPA state championship, and whereas the members of the 12 and under softball team members are Heidi Bonds, Elise Morris, Coriana Nelson, Kaylin Smith, Audrey Teeley, and Brian Meadows, Bryn Meadows, Ariana Harding, Isabella Hendricks, Barra Hubbard. I may pronounce some of those wrong correctly later for this. Whereas the 12 and under softball team accomplishes contributions to the city of Winfield and to the residents and citizens of the city of Winfield have been recited herein, for which the city and its residents shall be eternally grateful. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor, the council, city council, the city of Winfield, that this resolution be adopted and presented to the coaches and players of the 12 and under softball team, commending them to the 2024 12 and under softball ARPA state championship for their leadership, accomplishments, and contributions they have made to the city of Winfield through their success in obtaining this title. We need to ask a motion and a second from the council to accept this resolution number 1374, recognizing the 12 and under softball. James made a motion, Larry second, all in favor. All right. Bill, go ahead and give them a hand for their accomplishments. While I'm at it, I'll go ahead and recognize Ariana Harding. One of the coaches want to tell me the accomplishments that Ariana has made for the team.
At the state tournament, she got the sportsmanship trophy.
What number is that? 1374.
Yeah.
I just fall off.
You good, Luke?
Yep.
Good job.
There's no other team.
We've done that more.
It's not on the agenda.
We told them to go.
I didn't see anybody else out there.
But I have the resolution if you want to.
next item on the agenda is ARPA, Alabama Recreational Park Association Park Member of the Year. We want to recognize Leanne Minahan for that Park Member of the Year award for her input with the service that you provided at the park. Gina, you got anything you want to say on behalf of Leanne or Chris, anybody about her being Park Member of the Year?
Yeah, Leanne has been an outstanding park board member. She's always there helping, always there working for the kids. Any fundraisers that we have, she's there participating. And we just appreciate all the time that she's put in down at the park over the last several years. And she's always one that you can depend on. And well deserving for that award.
How many more years she got?
Mayor, this is one award for the whole state. They only issue one,
Yeah.
so it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it's a real big deal. City of Winfield's Park and Leanne to get it.
Thank you, Mayor.
Didn't Dan Rowell get these?
Dan Rowell has received it, Chris has received it, and Lynn, and I'm not sure, did we ours get it? I think so. Bobby, you accepted on his behalf, didn't you? I think that
They must
he's
think that
helped.
we got things going on right. I mean, it was in through here a while ago with the state championships and different things, so I believe they just out there. Head on straight by giving us the recognition and the park board members for making this possible. And the next thing we got is Community Service Award of the Year.
I think that might be listed wrong.
Huh?
I think that's listed wrong.
What's it say?
Listed wrong.
Yeah, she thinks it's listed wrong.
It's actually.
Community Service Award.
Is, they received that last year. This year, Chris received the retiree certificate.
The Chris Carruthers. He already got it, you give it to him there? Yeah. All right.
You want to take a picture of it?
Yeah, we need to take a picture with Chris for that, and I'd like to go ahead and get one on Leanne at the same time if we could, for both of those park members.
What is this? So what, instead of this, so what is it called now again, Regina?
It's a retiree certificate.
It's a retiree.
Those are also one for you.
Yeah, that's one of the state of Alabama.
Only problem with that award is only way you can get it is when you retire.
I know, I was thinking, I like that one.
It's not necessarily one we're proud of there, Chris. I mean, really.
That's exactly what I was.
You're probably proud of it, but I'm not sure we're proud of it.
I did not win my award.
That's okay.
Just pick up one and make it like on your.
Right there. Say man.
Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right.
I just want to say to the council and mayor, and I know most of y'all probably wasn't on here when I was appointed, but I appreciate the opportunity to serve over the 20 years that I did in the park, and appreciate the confidence y'all had in me to work with all the outstanding park board members, present and past, and all of our outstanding park employees, present and past. We've got some good employees down there that work hard, and we've got good park board members, and they work hard. And I
just appreciate the opportunity to be able to serve down there.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all, willingness to serve in that capacity. It makes a difference, you know, people want, help try to make it the best it can be. And y'all both have done a good job at Park Board in general overall. The next item on the agenda is going to be, ARWA, Alabama Rural Water Association. They've got a Board Member of the Year recognition for James Markham and a Lifetime Achievement Award for Bobby Bryant. Leanne, you got anything you might want to add about these two members of the Water Board, Water Department?
Those, Mayor, are also once a year, and it is for the state, and they're recognized for their attentiveness to infrastructure, to jobs. Those are also submitted based on friends, family, co-workers, so it says a lot for how they are with our business, how they are
Both these
respected.
statewide recognition as well. Like I said, Board Member of the Year is James Markham, Lifetime Achievement Award, Bobby Bryant. Bobby and James, if y'all will come up and let us see if we can both camera you up, see if we can start. We may do it this time.
Any means.
See everybody. Need to get y'all like an elevated platform behind the table.
We will one day.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, hang on. 1, 2, 3.
Everybody looking up.
Yeah, looks good to me.
Next item on the agenda is the fuel bid for the year 2024-2025. We got a mic, you got any?
No, we're just asking permission tonight, Mayor, to send out bids and have them open at the next meeting.
Have you asking permission to send out for bids?
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna do it the same way we've been doing it.
The only change we made is we do not require a station within a mile of the main light, but everything else remained the same.
I need to ask for motion to let him send that out for the bid. Got a motion by Keith, a second by Gina, all in favor. You're gonna have these be turned in and open by the next council.
Yes, they'll be due today, the next council meeting.
Okay. All right, the next item on the agenda is library new hire. Gina, you got
Yes.
recommendation?
We do. We would like to hire Allison Silva. She worked with Gina at the park, and so Gina gave her a high recommendation. She is a library user, so she's familiar with the library, and we feel like she's, a perfect fit to do the part-time position.
So she's filling one part-time
Yes, the
position.
part-time position that was approved to post to open, yeah. She's
Based on her
gonna be, replacing my other part.
Based on Regina's recommendation, I would ask the council to approve this hire for her at the library. Gina made a motion, Larry second, all in favor.
Thank you so much.
The next item on the agenda is what I'm not prepared for this noise ordinance discussion, tonight because of the length of stuff that we've got on here. We're gonna table it to the next council meeting.
Could
Next
the
item on-
council give me
next-
5
next-
minutes?
Next item on the agenda is old business. I'm gonna skip that, item number 10 on the noise ordinance discussion. And go to the next item on the agenda, old business. Anybody got any old business?
Yeah, on the streets, I thought we were taking Kirkwood out.
Taking Kirkwood out? We will. I mean, this is just a revised, this is just a revised, we'll put the west side of Tahoe in, and, they went ahead and showed what it, if we, roads in the housing authority, all those, including Timber Trail, the road that goes down behind First State Bank, and that Windmere Drive across from Zion Church. I think y'all had asked about it. We'd added in. So this is the revised, estimate. Like I said, it's just it's an estimation of, based on the length and the width of the roads of what it would cost.
So that's all the roads in the housing authority.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
There is one place, and I know we had talked about this before, I think it was last year, we were potentially gonna split with the hospital and pave an area over there. But there is a really bad place, it's kind of like on the backside, like when you're coming out of the ER and you're taking a left and you go down, going out onto the, is it Meadow, I don't know if that one's Meadow
Tahoe
Drive.
Road.
No, it's not Tahoe.
It goes by the
Wellness Center. When you're coming off right there, there is a really.
In between the ER and the clinics.
No, well, it's, you go down to get to that road. I don't know if it's Medical Drive or.
They were already coming off of the road by the ER, in
Yes.
between those clinics and the ER down the hill.
And it's really bad, and I don't know if it's because it's on a hill, that it's kind of really, I just didn't know, maybe while they're over there,
I
on
mean,
top
yeah,
of
we-
it, I can fix that one little area.
We can, as long as y'all, if you're okay with it, we can fix it. Is any of, he's talking about taking the west side of Kirkwood out of this, because it don't go, that's not going back, it's not going in, it goes, the way it's going, we don't see that it needs to be repaired at this time. Anybody got anything else on here that they think needs to be took off or added to?
Yeah.
If we take that now, if we got the money, we put something in place of it.
Where we'll use that, we'll do that spot that she's talking about there. And I noticed, I think where's that? We've got some, yeah, on this side of Tahoe, Bobby might can relate to it. I think we've got a lot of, water line repairs or something on the edge of the Tahoe all the way up through there. We need to get those spots fixed. Probably need 6 or 8 spots up through there, off the side of the road, where it comes into that asphalt. While they're on that, we need to replace those, repair those. I would like to see if you're gonna take, which it should be probably about the same, if you're gonna take Kirkwood out of Sedence, the length that they've got that figured out to show is 860 feet by 18 foot wide. I think we might need to try to do this alley right here between Strickland Carpets and the Pastime Theater down by the Pizza Boy. That Tanner Lane, I think it's Tanner Lane. Is everybody okay to approve this, this estimate? Of course, he'll put this out for bid, and then the bids will come back in. I need to ask for a motion to do that if we can move forward with this payment plan. Tim made a motion, Gina second, all in favor? got anything else?
No, just on that curb board, you know, like they done on this side, just do that 20 foot.
Going in?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that wasn't get that hole going in on that side.
If it'll last. That's all I get.
Is that all you had? Gina?
I had one thing, but I think I'm gonna wait, but I did want to say the parking lot and over there between the two banks looks really nice.
Only thing I would think I would add, I wish they would add, would have been a double line right there, when we go over the, right there in front of the panel box. And it got it dotted all the way through there, but I wish they made a solid line. If they come back for anything else, I'm gonna ask them to have a solid line to keep that traffic to that side when it makes that turn instead of cutting it short. You got anything, Tim? Larry? James, I've got on old business, I've got a bid for $69,900 to do that pickleball court. And the much trouble we've had to do that, I'd like for the council to give me to go ahead and have that, get that project underway. The Ballard Builder is gonna do it for $69,000. I got a motion from Gina and a second from Tim, all in favor to do this pickleball court. The next item, the next thing I've got on old business is the gym grading, the dirt work part of the project down here at the park. Is everybody familiar with that, how that bid come in, or what the bid was, and have they, Todd, you gonna bring me up to speed a little bit on that, where we at for it, what the price of that is?
Okay, we opened two bids that same day, one at 2 and one at 2:30. And the one at 2 o'clock was the gym package, and the one at 2:30 was the school package. And the apparent low bidder on the gymnasium project package was way, way, way low. And come to find out, he had missed the addenda that was attached to it, and which was over half the value of the contract, because it was the geotech part, the taking out and removing the dirt and packing the dirt in. So he missed it, and he later sent an email withdrawing his bid because he just missed it. The low bidder was Robertson Excavating, was the next low bidder. There were 3 bidders out of 5. 5 applied for the information, and only 3 bid. And one was $1 million, or right at $1 million, and Robertson's was 700 and some odd. I can't remember exactly. I was asking Rick Latham, the architect, to send me the tally sheet so I could give you the numbers. But the low bidder, the lowest bidder of the 2 folks that we actually kept the bids on, or could keep the bids on, was Robertson Excavating at $715,110. And although the school is $715,110, which was within their estimated range of cost. They were estimating it to come in between $700,000 and $800,000 on that for the geotech. So the school's rebidding. I think it's coming up at the end of this month. They're rebidding. They're having a pre-bid meeting, and make sure everybody understands it's a little bit more complicated than the grade package on the gym. But I've asked the architect tonight if there's any reason why we couldn't go ahead and award that bid, and he said no. If we're ready to go ahead and award it, we could award it to Robertson as the low bidder, and he would make that recommendation if that's something we're ready to act on. So if the council wishes, we can go ahead and act on that and award that bid to Robertson Excavating at $715,110. And I've got here from the architect just got it, B.W. Hobson's bid, the apparent low bidder was $218,000. and then the other was, Robertson was 715, and the other one was 900. And the Hobson folks acknowledged that they did not see the addendum, and then they sent an email on the following day withdrawing their bid because they had just, they couldn't honor it, said they wouldn't honor it, they missed something, acknowledged that, it was a mistake. So that left Robertson's a little bitter. And so the architect's recommendation is that we award it to Robertson.
Is that $715,000 in stone? I mean, is that, or is there addendums to that? I mean, is that 715 is to start and finish price? That's going to be. Explain that to me.
Okay, there is, the geotech work was estimated, and depending on, and so they asked them to give a bid, a base bid, and then they asked for a unit price. So there's so many, and Mayor, you're more familiar with this than I am, there's so many yards of material that there's an estimated number of yards of material that has to be hauled out, and an estimated number that has to be hauled back in. If the estimated number that's included in the bid package is exactly correct, the bid will be $715 and $110. If the estimated amount of material going out, material coming in is low, and there actually is more, then there'll be a unit price charge for the overage. If it's less, there'll be a unit price deduction for the underage. So we don't know whether it's going to be more or less. On this project, it could be less. On the school project, it may be a little different because it's so much larger scope. This is a smaller scope. This is just building, and all we're dealing with is where that swimming pool was that we're having to pull out. So they could be pretty close on it. The estimate on it could be pretty close. But so no, Mayor, it's not set in stone. There is that, and they did make them give a unit price, and even including unit price, he was the low bidder when that plus the addendum, the unit price addendum, had him as the low bidder, given the Hobson withdrew. So
There's, let me ask you this, because you've sat in on those meetings with us, with the architect and the different ones, and there's no chance of the bid changing if it was rebidded for the park at the same time they rebid this one for the school, and one project, the school project or the park project, if the material was able to be shared between the two.
Well,
if there's material got to be took out that's usable at school, then there's got to be material added to the park that's passed for usable. Would that not make a difference?
It would make a difference. The significant change in the schools bid that could potentially save them money, that is not adversely affecting, in my opinion, is not adversely affecting the city's bid, is that the architects had in there, the one big change the architects had in there was that all the material had to be hauled out. Nothing could be burned on site. And that's not a problem with the low bidder on the school project, on the gym project, because there's not many trees, and the one or two trees that are there can go to are going to be hauled off to the lot that he owns next to the place, and don't have to include that. It could be a potential money savings for the school if that happens. But really the only way to do what you're talking about is if the two contractors, if it's two separate contractors that get the bids, if those contractors agree to share the materials. And if there could be a requirement that they share the materials, that's one thing. I don't know. So I can't really answer that question.
Well, that would depend on when the project starts, because you're digging out of his park, and it's already pulling dirt,
there could be, but I think we're, and Mayor, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking where you may be going is that it might be beneficial, it might have been beneficial to bid these packages together.
That's what we're going for. But, I mean, once something's been put for bid, and you go trying to go back, it's a little bit complicated. It gets more complicated than it would be. But either way, I mean, I don't know that this would make that much difference if that project had been rebidded anyways. I wouldn't recommend rebidding it separate. The only way I would recommend, the only thing that I would see might be different if it was combined between the two. I mean, they may have a reason why they didn't combine and start with it. But, I mean, we agreed to use the same architect. The engineering, I think, on both of them.
It's Luke's doing the engineering, he's doing the grade work, and all the engineering work on both of them, it's Luke.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the only question I have, is why they wouldn't do them together, I guess. But, I mean, it's two separate projects, it's been bidded separate. They chose to rebid theirs because of clarification on some stuff. It may not be nothing that you could really make any clearer on our project, on the park side.
I don't know that much would change on it, because I think it was pretty straightforward. I think that one was a little bit more, but I think, because we know there's gonna be some cut because of the hillside, and we know that the size of the pool, we know the area where the bad dirt is that we're going to take out. So I don't see it changing much. I see the schools could change a little bit, but I don't see this one could change much with a rebid. So.
That's the first thing that's got to be done before gym can be built there, is this dirt work's got to be done. So, I mean, council has, I'm sure that if we pass, if we say we're going to go ahead and accept this bid, I'm sure the award letter go out this week, probably, or next, to proceed.
Well, he may wait until, since he's doing both of them, and the award letter may go out, but the notice to proceed may be held a little bit, because he may wait until, because we're just a couple of weeks away from opening bids on the school project, and depending on who gets that bid, there may be some sharing of the dirt that may save everybody some money. And both parties, both owners will request that of their awarded contractor. I say that's something we can request. Maybe we can't, but I would think we could, as the owner, we could request that between the two parties. Even if it's separate contractors, we could request that.
Council got any thoughts or comment?
I don't ever like to question why an architect or an engineer does something a certain way, because I don't understand it. But it would seem to me that might have been beneficial, but for whatever reason, they didn't recommend. We opened them the same day, 30 minutes apart. 30 minutes apart. I don't understand that, but, there was a reason, I guess. I don't know.
Thoughts, what's the council's thoughts on it?
Do they have the same bidders on both bids?
Yes, with the exception of an additional bidder on the school project, didn't bid on the pool project. Glasgow Construction bid on the school project, didn't bid on the gym project. But the bids were the same except for that one.
I suspect, I think probably the three that bid on both of them had a figure in mind of what the total for both of them were going to be if they got both of them, and they bid them accordingly. So I don't think you had a difference in bids. I think the totals were in the same.
you say we need to stick with either approving this bid? What, I tell you what, I don't know, anybody that's, a dirt man can't complain right now, because he's had it plenty dry.
You gonna get stuck in the mud.
Very seldom had it that dry.
But I think they had both of them, if they had both of them figured together, and then they split them out, the dollar amount was going to equal the two bids.
My recommendation to the council is that we go ahead and move forward with letting Robertson start this project for getting this dirt work for the gym. Got a motion by Tim, a second by James, all in favor. Contact them, let them know.
Yeah, we've awarded it, but don't issue a notice to proceed yet. If we just awarded it. Did not go forward on notice to proceed.
I will say, I don't know if you noticed, you know, all the pressure washing. He should be finished tomorrow.
It looks a lot better.
He's got one more strip.
The thing is, they should have waited painting and rails, so they actually got all that blood up on them.
Well, hindsight, 50/50.
They got texture, it looks better.
I was just needing my memory refreshed on it. I remember the discussion on that, was in that bond.
I think I know what they would prefer, we discussed that, I know what they would prefer. We pay it back, and they pay half of it, we pay half of it that way, and just subtract it from, that was where they would prefer it.
No, I'm talking about towards the finance part of that. You understand what was talking about 50/50, and how we was talking about the pay for this dirt work. Remember the school? Remember the discussion? Anybody got any other enlightening discussion about that? Because my working on this budget, he's been going around asking for wish lists, which we don't do that. If they need it, we get it, if they got the money. But I always wish one time on all the way around. Johnny, what are you thinking about?
We take some of these money out of these, file accounts we got, and pay for our part, what we have to do for this gym, then when it comes back, to us, we put it back in the money market accounts we have. Is this gonna cost us more percentage to borrow the money than what we're drawing on?
Anybody else got any input on it? I mean, we can discuss it again later, but I feel it needs to be, we need to be considering how we're going to do it. So
We'd be money ahead, we'd be money ahead, we'd be some of our money, put it back in the money market.
We don't know the total price.
You just talked about dirt work, right?
told him where we wanna hit. Yeah, I told him where we wanna hit, and he ain't told me we can't hit it, or hit real close to it, so. But I told him where we wanted to hit.
Just keep that, you know, in your discussion, in your mind, how you're gonna handle that.
And I think we ought to, one of the things that the council should do is we should get a firm agreement with the school on how they, yes, because my understanding is that the amount they got from their bond issue, when they sold their bonds, and the bond issue was not necessarily enough to lop off exactly half of the cost of this from the total and give it to us in one fell swoop versus paying it back. It was assuming a borrowing maybe on our part where we pay it out over time, and then they would pay over time like we did, as opposed to just a one-time infusion of their 50%. So that's something that we need to
Get clarified.
Their 50% is locked in stone, but how the 50% is paid, when it's paid, how it's paid back, that was kind of left for us to work out. So.
We'll get more discussion on that and how we're gonna do that. But since we brought that up and we come up to school, I had to, does anybody, Brett, Mike, can refresh my memory, because Angie had questioned me about this earlier this week or a while ago. I don't know what time it is, but I think it's past week or week before. What was our agreement, Brett, with the resource officer at the school, with the school?
50-50.
They did one. Yeah, salary for that. You got any confirmation on that? That's not good. Now, 50, tell me, one officer's salary per year.
Counts on how long they've been there. Counts on what
Is
they've
that-
paid.
Go ahead, Mike.
This current year we're in, the school has paid us back just over $46,000, which represented 75% of the average policeman's salary, insurance, retirement, all those kind of expenses were added, and they paid back 75%. That was their understanding, because they have an officer 9 of the 12 months of the year. So they were using that as 75%. This coming year, in the rough draft of the budget, that officer's cost is gonna be about 50,000. No, excuse me, their cost, their 75% will be about 50,000. Will be a little higher this year because of average pay and
I think they actually volunteered to pay for the time for the officer too. And what Mike was saying, they paid for 9 months, and it was the time the officer for school. So they ended up making better off than we were.
the very first year they paid sort of set amount to get started. And of course, they didn't have the officer the whole year. But this year we're in now is their first full year of payments for the officer's salary.
So we're good.
So we're good. That's coming from Mr. Tomlin and Sonia when we met last year working on budget. That they understood 75%.
And from my understanding, Mayor, I spoke with them, they're well pleased with the way things are going at this point.
I mean, I'm always on the outside looking in on something like that, but I think by that agreement that we've got with them, you're actually probably giving them a little more than what we traded on, I guess, so to speak. I mean, you've probably got more than one officer at different times up there doing this.
Yes, yes.
You know, I feel like that's how it would be to start with. I mean, it's not like we got one person, it's just like it's part of the routine with the officers.
That's correct. I try to have an officer at all three campuses throughout the day. But there's gonna be one there that's from the time they get there to the time they leave.
Anybody else thought we could open this forum and discuss this? Larry, you got anything? James, you have anything? All right, nobody else got any other business? I need to ask for a motion to pay the bills.
Okay, I guess that means you're not gonna let me
Made a
speak.
motion to pay them, Gina second, all in favor? All right, and the next item, I need to look at something right here, what's the date? What's the next council date?
The third.
September the 3rd, everybody's gonna be here, because of the holiday, everybody's gonna be able in town on September 3rd. Yes. Everybody good? Send you. All right, I need to ask for a motion to adjourn. Tim made a motion, just all in favor?
So you're not gonna let me?
State Bank and Trust has been invested in Winfield and Marion County for more than a century, and today we remain deeply committed to meeting the needs of local families and businesses with excellent financial products and friendly down-home service.
But more than that, we're dedicated to supporting the growth, success, and well-being of our community as a whole. Because when it comes right down to it, there's nothing more important than community.
And just like our outstanding city officials, police, and fire departments, you can count on State Bank and Trust to help make Winfield and Marion County a great place to live for everyone who calls this area home.
Hello everyone, this is Chuck from Span Hardware in Winfield, Alabama. Good to be with you today, and I just want to let you know we've got some new things this year for the spring season. As you can see, Stihl now has the lawnmower. We're going to have a full line of the Stihl zero-turn mowers. We have a full line of the Stihl weed trimmer and chainsaws. Just about anything you need to maintain your home this spring and summer. From lawn and garden equipment to paint to hardware, anything you need. Come see us. We'll help you if we can. Thank you.
This is Eric Simmons from Furniture Depot. We have a store in Guin and Fayette. We've been serving the people of Northwest Alabama for 23 some odd years. We'd like to be your furniture store if you'd let us. And we'd like to thank you for your business this past year and invite you to come and shop with us this coming year and for the years to come. Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year.
Hello, Lee Hines here, owner-operator of Alexander's Heating and Air Conditioning. We've been family owned and operated since 1954, proudly serving Marion, Fayette, and Lamar County. We are carrier factory authorized dealers, but service all makes and models. We specialize in residential and light commercial HVAC systems. So as we get ready to enter another hot Alabama summer, please remember Alexander's Heating and Air for all your HVAC needs.
Tom Bigby Electric Cooperative was formed for the need for electricity to the local citizens that were living in the rural areas of Marion, Lamar, and portions of Fayette counties. This line consisted of 12 miles and 22 consumers on the road from Guin to Sulligent. Between then and now, there has been a lot of hard work and dedication from a great number of people to make this cooperative what it is today. Tom Bigby Electric Corporation would like to thank each member. You can contact us today at 205-921-6712.
Your story starts at Bevel State Community College. Whether you are just starting out or starting over, Bevel State has an opportunity that is right for you. With 5 locations serving 7 counties. You don't have to go far to start your own success story. Plus, with tuition lower than 4-year colleges, you won't need to spend more for a great education. Visit us online at bscc.edu to learn about your options for seamless academic transfer and high-demand career tech and health science offerings. Let us help you tell your story.
Enjoy our amazing on-site restaurant and bar with a lunch buffet every Sunday. Relax with a quick getaway with your family and make a splash in our outdoor pool. Book your next event with us. Call us at 205-468-4625.
At Bowen Funeral Home, we understand the importance of a personal commitment to provide quality services and products with value to meet every family's need. You'll find very caring professionals that truly desire to offer dignified service and true value that families need and desire during the loss of their loved one. With our newly renovated facilities, services, and quality merchandise, you can rest assured that we stand ready to meet the needs of your family in honoring lives lived. Bowen Funeral Home is located at 981 Alabama Highway 253, just south of Winfield High School. Call Tommy Bowen, Certified Funeral Service Practitioner, at 205-487-4327.